So, I am here at Dragon and ordered some Gong Pao tofu, extra spicy, extra peanut, because, you know, reasons. Oh, I used to really like coming here and eating when they had the lunch buffet, which they no longer have, because I really enjoyed they had a tank full of these giant not koi, but like actual goldfish. But this is just where did the big fish go? I know he didn't eat them. I'm not ordering the fish. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about indie arcade a little bit, because I'm going to go over the next week. I'm going to be, or two, I'm going to be posting content, maybe even longer. I got a lot of content. But bygones, I digress. So anyway, indie arcade. More so than the first time, and honestly, just like this event blew me away. Not only because of just how well it came off, kudos, you know, but because of the heart and soul of it. I mean, these were genuinely really nice. Let me get these off here. These were genuinely super nice people. I mean, really awesome human beings. Everybody was warm and inviting. Everyone was excited to talk about their game. And even better than that, and it really blew me away, and thank you all for participating. They took the time to sit down with me, and who the hell am I, and talk about their passions. And that was my takeaway from the evening. More than the awesome games, more than the great venue, more than Justin Terry, who was just like the man of the hour and was really super gracious and awesome and made this thing come together in an amazing way. More than the awesome live music duo playing the 90s hip-hop jams. That was also amazing. More than all of that combined, what hit me hardest was just the real passion that's there. I'm not talking about crazy, over-the-top salesmanship or anything, or none of the crazy crap that I do. You know, no artifice, no, nothing fake about it. It's genuine. And so, what I hope you take away from some of these interviews, and what might be lost because they are relatively quick and don't always get right to the point. Yeah, that's my fault. I'm the director of the band when it comes to that, and it's all me, and I apologize. And I digress and yammer on and, you know, fanboy my way through these things. But what I want you to notice is these are people who love what they're doing, but it's more than just loving what they're doing, because they have day jobs, and sometimes more than one, and multiple projects, spinning many plates, and they still go home every day or night, depending on when they're working, and work on these projects, the children of theirs. And these are anywhere between like 1 and 4, mostly like 1 and 4 people teams, maybe a few more in some cases. But you know, it's a heavy workload, and they divide the work and they work together to bring these awesome games to market. And along the way, you see the growth of these games, and you see how they transform from sometimes from a completely different idea into what they are. But they don't. If they stumble, if they falter, they don't quit, because they love these projects, and they love what they're doing. They go to work every day and they do it, and that could be enough, because those are some long hours too. And then they come home, and even you know, with possibility of burnout and just hitting the wall and stuff like that, they stick with it, and they stick with it when you hear them talk about the projects for sometimes, 3-4 years to see this thing through, to see this dream, to see their baby, this idea that they had, to bring it to life. They don't give up, and they work their asses off. And I know that much like any other artistic field, there's that whole, get your money for nothing and your chicks for free kind of attitude, banging on the bongos. And these people work their asses off. And it's a labor of love, true, but, even the most beloved job can become tedious or a hardship. And then that's not even factoring in the world around them and their lives and families and friends. So I came away truly impressed by these human beings who just happen to make games. And it was my great pleasure to meet them. And I also took away something else, and that was, it doesn't happen, nothing truly happens overnight, unless you just have stupid luck. You have to believe in yourself, you have to believe in what you're doing. Even when the world around you doesn't, even when the world around you laughs at what you're doing or doesn't take you seriously because it doesn't seem like a real adult job, that sort of thing. So you persevere and you keep on pushing yourself and your limits until you achieve that thing that you set out to do. And it's really easy in a lot of cases to bail and say, okay, I need to get a real job, or this isn't working out, or this is costing me too much of my time, and where's the balance in my life? There are all different kinds of reasons, all different kind of reasons to call it quits, or to change direction, or at bare minimum put something on pause for some time. But I tell you what, if they can do the incredible things that they've done, that inspires me. And I've wanted to develop games. I have like an entire notebook full of game ideas that I just write them down to get them out of my system because I figure it's never going to happen. I'm going to revisit that. And had a very inspirational interview that kind of made me rethink that. But even more than that, what I'm doing now, especially, honestly, I think one of the major things that is driving me is these indie arcades, and meeting these indie devs and having fun chatting with them and goofing around and being dorky and nerdy and just ensconcing myself in this wonderful, wonderful world that people only see the end result and don't realize what's behind it. Real freaking people who stuck it out. So, there's a lot of things that can be taken away from you. There's a lot of things that life can beat out of you. There's a lot of things that can hold you back, or throw down a giant tree in your path. Whatever it is, I got something now that I realize after spending yet another awesome evening with these people. I have something that I realize is my own, and regardless of what anyone else thinks, my food's ready. And regardless of what anyone else thinks, they're mine, and that's my hopes and my dreams. And I have big dreams, and maybe they're too big for where I am in life, my advanced age, and maybe it will be at the end of the day a failure. Who knows? But fail, succeed, sprint, stumble, sink, swim, whatever it is, I'll be able to look people in the face, and I'll be able to say, I might be a fool, but I'm a fool on my own terms, and I went out a dreamer. And that's something you can't take from me. And what just a great inspirational evening. And I want to thank all of you for inviting me into your community and letting me talk to you about your passions, because let me tell you, I'm fired up, and as foolish, as ridiculous, as you know, the polar opposite of adulting as this may seem, it too is hard work. You know, editing and doing motion graphics and getting out there and finding the will some mornings to get out of the house and do this stuff. But it's well worth it. No matter what happens, it's well worth it. And that is everything that I heard last night. You know, I asked about burnout, I asked about hardships and that sort of thing, and there was an acknowledgement that yes, that is a thing, but at the same time, it all came back around you. But this is more important than all that. So thank you all for the inspiration, for the kindness, for sitting down with me, for taking your precious time, especially when you know you have people there wanting to play your game. I wasn't too much of a distraction, and I really enjoyed the games that I played, and I really enjoyed speaking to every single person that I met. So I hope to do this many, many, many more times. And now I'm gonna go get my Kung Pao tofu with extra peanut, extra spicy. Woo! Because that's me. I'm extra nutty. At any rate, thanks once again, and I hope to see you around. I'm going to be at Anime Milwaukee this weekend, which is going to be a hoot, provided I can keep my energy up. I'm fired up. But until the next few weeks, when I start to post some of this content that I've captured, I just want to say peace, much love, and indie games. Oh, and also Nintendo.